This is Mary Omni from the House of King David. This is a Republic Notice. The Republic Notice is called Scared Blacks Don't Come to Alaska. Scared Blacks Don't Come to Alaska. It is October the 19th, 2014, and yesterday, October the 18th, was 147 years since the purchase of the non-consented territory of Alaska was placed in between the 13th and 14th Reconstruction Amendments as part of Reconstruction. That is, amendments as part of Reconstruction. Now, the reason this is significant is because by 1867, slavery was over. And so since slavery was over by 1867, we had virgin land where the sin of slavery had never taken place. Now, this virgin land that the sin of slavery had never taken place, which means that it had never been part of consent jurisdiction to slavery, because by 1867, non-consent jurisdiction was established. It was established in 1865 for the abolishment of slavery constitutionally. That whole jurisdiction was changed so that by the time Alaska was purchased, it was purchased as non-consented territory, okay? So it was never part of consent jurisdiction. Now, I've been trying to get non-consenters who are the constitutional heirs to come to Alaska. And it is frustrating. The reason it's frustrating is because I wouldn't have to tell this to Jamaicans. Jamaicans are here. I don't have to tell this to Africans. Africans are here. I don't have to tell it to Mexicans. Mexicans are here. I don't have to tell it to Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans are here. I don't have to tell it to Asian Cambodians. They're here. It's like 100 different languages are here. You know, everybody, Lottie-Dottie and everybody is here in non-consented territory. The problem is they're all consenters. So they're not citizens, they're just squatters. But they're all here in Alaska, nevertheless. And I wonder when they leave Africa to come from 18 and 19-hour airplane rides, do they say, oh, well, where I'm going to do this, or how I'm going to do that, and how I don't know nobody, and how I'm going to do this, and what about my housing, and what about me having a job, and what about this and that and the other? I can't do that because I don't have this and I don't have that, and the job and the housing and this and that and the other is not in place. So I better hesitate on this. No, see, that is scared Black Americans. And I must say now that I've realized the damage of MK altering. The MK altering is part of them being oppressed. So they have less chances of venturing out in their own country and in their own country territory than foreign blacks. Jamaicans and island people don't ask all them questions before they come here to grab up your wealth, blacks. Africans, purple Africans from the Sudan, don't ask all them questions before they come to take advantage of your wealth, scared blacks. You know, Mexicans damn sure don't ask all them questions before they come here to get part of this embezzlement of your oil check dividends. And all these other languages don't ask no questions to get part of your housing, to build houses here on your land. You're the only one sit back there and ask all these questions like someone have to hold your hand even when it's a matter of life and death. If somebody tell you it's a matter of life and death, that you need to get out of a situation. Have you ever seen the story of Anne Frank? And I even hate to bring this up because this is some modern stuff, and it had to do with escaping before forces moved in on you. That's what it had to do with, escaping before forces moved in on you. And some people escaped before the forces moved in on, then some people tried to get out and they couldn't get out. Now, the thing of it is, we have been in this situation before the story of Anne Frank. You know, a lot of us escaped slavery. And I would have to say, if Harriet Tubman saw some of you today, she would be clonking you over the head with her pistol. She would be pistol whipping your ass, because I mean, a lot of y'all, you know, she wouldn't have the patience for. She would not have the patience for. Especially if she's seen how all these foreigners never ask questions, come and take your wealth, and then she knows she was part of the process to build your wealth, and then you don't even have the guts to come and claim it. So scared blacks, don't come to Alaska. Don't come to claim your wealth. We don't need your scared ass here. We don't need people who want somebody to hold their hand. We don't need people who don't understand you got a minute to get out of this situation. And so we don't need people who need a cushy. You know, you need to get yourself for the rough and tough. We don't need no cushy, spoiled MK Ultra, thinking that everything got to be perfect before they make a move, because they don't have the right mentality and they don't understand what time it is. So they would only be in the way anyway. We need people to come here to begin to establish government and claim our constitutional wealth. That's the rough and tumble. We need brave people of courage. We need someone who don't think they better than their ancestors, because scared blacks are cowards. They tend to think they're better than their ancestors. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to make the effort. They don't want to go through no hardship. They don't want to go through no rough and tumble. So to me, they think they're better than their ancestors. They think they're above having to roughshod it. And they think they're above having to go through hardship. They think they're above having to go through turmoil. And turmoil threatens them. Well, stay in the turmoil of the cities you in and see, you know, if it's going to stay cushy there for you, and how long your cushy is going to last there. Because guess what? They plotting to lock you in your cushy, and see how cushy is going to be in the long run, and how you refused what the Constitution and where the Constitution told you to be, to get out of Babylon, off the continent in which slavery took place. Told you, get out of Babylon, and it put you in between, and it put the Alaska territory in between the 13th and 14th Amendment. By the way, Jesus Christ was born in Alaska, because he was not going to be born on slave land or territory with a history of slavery in it. The new kingdom had a new start, and Alaska is the capital of the New Jerusalem for those who are brave enough and courage. Cowards, stay home. Stay and wait and see what Babylon have for you. This is Mary Omni from the House of King David. Shalom.